5 incubatees of the federal government, IFAD Livelihood Empowerment Family Enterprises in the Niger Delta, Life ND, have received checks for their startup project. The checks, totaling almost 20 million naira, were received by the trainee farmers who would assist their successful takeoff in poultry, fisheries, plantain and cassava farming towards food sufficiency. Senam Bamiboye reports that the presentation held at Life ND offices in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State was witnessed by representatives of NDDC, state and federal government partners in the project. Her report.
The 5 beneficiaries are in the first phase of startup support for farmers in the Life ND scheme, who have successfully completed their mentorship with established farms in the state. They are among hundreds of others who will also be assisted with funds for startup farms in the concerted effort to add value to the livelihood of rural artisanal farmers and take their businesses to the next level.
I'm very happy to have this fund, and I promise them that I will be able to put on my best.
I'm into poultry, so with this I can buy the input for the incubatees like the beds and other things for them to work with. And
there are so much demand in fish now. So much demand, at least mostly in Bayelsa States, we need fish at least. And the price of fish now, with that now, if I use money to produce the fish, I can be able to sell and pay back the loan.
National Project Coordinator, Life NG, Engineer Sani Abiodun, State Director, NDDC, Dr. Daudei Wicks, and National Agribusiness Promotion Coordinator, Mrs. Esenowa Antonia, encouraged the beneficiaries to be committed to growing their businesses in order to create a viable chain for other beneficiaries still incubating.
We have identified communities where we are participating, and we expect that these incubators and incubatees will key into the commodities that have been selected by Bayelsa State. Bayelsa State, as an agrarian state, has selected cassava, plantain, poultry and fishery as commodities where they have comparative advantage. So within the communities where you have selected, we are now looking for farmers, those who have farms in these areas, commercial farms, and who are willing to accommodate young women between the ages of young women and youths between the ages of 18 and 35 who are interested in pursuing actual enterprise development within the value chain concept.
The commitment of NDDC is a sum of $30 million, which is designed to fund 3 states of Rivers State, Akwa Ibom and Imo State, while the Federal Ministry of Agric, or the federal government generally, funds 6 states through the IFAD loan. And NDDC is, apart from being funder, is an implementing partner.
They should go from that level of receivers and move to the level of givers, so that abundant blessings will be upon them.
Bayelsa State government says counterpart funds have been paid and other needed input for the success of federal government agri programs in the state will not be spared.
Passionate about agriculture, and the governor is interested in making agriculture a place of employment to youths and others. And that is why the commissioner is doing everything possible, anything that will create employment for our youths.
Dr. Panebi Ogo is the state coordinator, Life ND, Bayelsa State.
There is constant monitoring of every level of implementation to ensure that these funds get to the beneficiaries, to ensure that these funds are not diverted. So, in conjunction with the NDDC, the State Project Steering Committee headed by the Commissioner for Agriculture, and Life ND Projects Bayelsa State, which happens to have an office of the Monitoring and Evaluation Office, monitors the process from the beginning to the point of implementation.
As they produce, they have to commit part of it for repayment, so that they can continue in business, though it's interest-free.
The next set of farmers to graduate from the incubation program will soon receive their startup funds. In Yenagoa, Senam Bamiboye, NTA News.